What is up, everybody? Good morning. It is Monday, January 2nd, here on Your Health. I could not be more excited about what this year has to hold. I have been doing a lot of inner work in the past 2-ish weeks, I guess you could say. The title for this is Silence is Golden. And the reason why is because I think we, A, talk too much and as I talk to you, right? And I think we don't do enough work inside as people do outside, right? Like we're always trying to like fix everybody else or go to somebody else to fix our problems or go to the gym to run from our problems, and not enough people are going inside themselves to go, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want in my life, this is where I want to go, this is how I want my life to be in the next year, 6 months, 3 months, what have you. I can't even tell you how many people that come to me and they say, well, I want this to happen. I want to lose weight. I want to stop doing this. I want to get really healthy to the point where my body is just like yours, Matt, where it's just like, I never have a bad day. And to that, I say, I never have a bad day because I choose to not have a bad day. Now, not every moment of my day is like hunky-dory all the time, but for the majority of it, I have realized that it's how I think, and it's how I think in silence, right? And I think that a lot of people do not give themselves the benefit of the doubt that with God, you have a lot of power in your life, right? And I think that we kind of give up our power because we think we know best, or we kind of think our way through life. I heard this amazing quote by somebody I've been listening to for a while now. Her name is Joyce Meyer. And she said, we have stopped being human beings and we are now human doings. And that really hit me a lot because I think that we are so focused on doing all the time, producing, creating, trying to get somebody to wake up and see the light, trying to get somebody to understand our point of view, trying to get somebody to understand that they need to lose weight or that they need to eat healthy or that we're always doing, trying to get somebody to understand our worth and screaming to the rooftops that I'm worth it, you should, whatever, right? And over the past week, I have realized that it is so opposite of how we should be living. I'm all for doing, I'm all for creating, I'm all for producing, I'm all for working, I'm all for that, all of that, right? Totally all for it. But I'm also for being in silence and being with my thoughts, because my thoughts actually tell me quite a bit about where I'm going. They tell me quite a bit about how and why people aren't staying in my life, or how and why I'm not getting the success that I want. Have you ever heard this term, don't burn your bridges? I find that very interesting. I feel like that's a very negative mindset. The reason why is because I've met a lot of people throughout my almost 34 years, and there's a lot of people that I have burned bridges with, but not in like a, hey, see you later, take a hike, but in a, okay, that was meant for me for a season and now I'm going to move forward, but I'm not going to sit in this place of like, this person hurt me, this person betrayed me. Sure, like if they did, okay, move forward. Like recognize that and move on, right? Forgiveness is huge. And I think, again, people don't know how to forgive because they sit in this like, I'm trying to figure it out, right? I'm trying to figure everything out. Stop trying to figure it out. Just be. Something that I think a lot of people are always trying to do is figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out. Just be. Just go. I think this is a great mindset going into this year, is just be. Figure out what your passions are, what your purpose is, right? Start to figure, and that takes some like deep diving work, right? Figure out what you know you need to let go of. What is your gut? What is God trying to tell you on the inside? Like, this needs to be let go of. If that's a relationship, and I'm not trying to be rude, if you are in a miserable relationship and you are literally just walking, playing house through life, or you are, I don't know, and this could go for married people. Listen, I don't condone divorce, but if you're living in misery and hell and you can't get out of it, or somebody is abusing you mentally, physically, whatever, you can stop it. You can stop that. I realize that you, in every marriage and things and every relationship, there will be ups and downs, right? But if 90% of your life you're living in this like poor me, woe is me, victim mentality, I got news for you. You can change that. You just don't want to, because you like the comfort of living in misery. And that's real talk. And I don't know how else to say it, right? There are a lot of people in life that will bring you down or lift you up. I go for the people that lift me up, that encourage me, because our brain, our mind, the enemy is always trying to downgrade you, to put you into fear, to tell you that you're not enough. I'm telling you that you are more than enough, and you've got all it takes to succeed. You just need to start using those tools, which is yourself. And if you dive a little bit deeper, wake up every morning with a good, truly in the past month, I've just written the word, and you can do this. I've written the word smile in between my mirrors, and that has changed the trajectory of my entire day. Okay, no, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Like every morning now, I look at that and I'm like, smile, and I look at it and I'm like, oh wow, like it just kind of goes, oh, it's okay, it's all right, it's gonna be okay, right? So smile, like be okay with being silent, be okay with just being. And I know that's hard for us because we're so used to doing what I think doing does. I like doing because I think it's great to like stay out of your head and to not think about things so much. But sometimes I think it's really important to just be in silence, because sometimes you really think you learn a lot about yourself, right? Discovered a lot of things over the past 2 weeks that I was like, oh wow, how come that's just now hitting me? And it's because I've never taken the time to go into myself and go, because no one taught me that. I had to learn that on my own. I'm trying to tell you, go do that, go write. And that's productive, right? That is productive. It's helping your soul. And the reason why I keep on saying silence is golden is because sometimes, do you ever have anybody in your life where you are not trying to fix somebody, but you're trying to get somebody to like super hard see like your value, your importance, your worth, whatever, like you're trying so hard to see it? I have stopped trying so hard, and it has like created this whole full body like calm throughout everywhere, because I've realized that I'm trying way too hard to get somebody else to see what I see. I'm trying way too hard to get someone's approval or to get someone to wake up, for crying out loud, right? And I see people all the time in like these miserable relationships, or I see people all the time just in these like woe is me, self-deprecating mindsets. And I've been there too, so I'm not saying I'm perfect, right? However, you have the power within you to stop that mindset. You have the power within you to go, yeah, that's not working for me, and I'm done, right? You have the power to say, I'm done. I no longer want that, right? Like I've met people recently who I'm like, wow, I really resonate with this person, but that person, like I resonate and I can feel my soul and my energy is just like, whoosh, I want to give to this person. But that person is so resistant because they don't know how to feel that, right? They don't know, because they've thought so hard about life. They don't know how to like just feel that energy and just let it take over their body and take over their life. I find that to be very troubling, because if you feel that energy, but you've got all these people around you that are like, no, that's on you. Because that energy that you get from somebody you're an energetic person. So that energy that you're getting from somebody is like a ton of bricks just coming for you in a good way. Like, I want to give you all this energy and you are hard resisting it. And that's saying something about you don't know how to receive. You are so blocked from the good that could happen in your life because you're afraid of what good is because you're so used to living in hell or in misery, right? So if this is a wake-up call for you, I'm glad, because life is way too good. And there's so many people around that want that energy that you have. And I'm personally willing to give my energy to people who will receive it, but I also need to receive it back, right? Because I'm not just this endless cup of energy. I need to get some back, right? So my point in saying this is sometimes you just have to let that person who can't receive your energy just be quiet. Let them come to you. I know it's hard because trust, I get it. But when you let people start coming to you, when you start to let people realize your value by being quiet, dude, the game changes. When you are trying so hard to get people to notice that, sometimes they never will, and that's okay. But when you just know, it's a silent confidence, if you will, there is so much that can happen in your life because you're going to start attracting people like that. People who are just, I like whoever that person is. I like that, right? They will know, they will feel it, right? Because you are just being, you're feeling that. So that is my challenge for you going into this new year, going into this week. Be quiet. Silence is golden. Let somebody else try not to try so hard. Try hard to not try hard. And be okay with the silence. I think we're so afraid of the silence because I will be honest with you. In the past, with intimate relationships or any relationship, I have always been the aggressor. I have always been if I don't reach out to them, they'll forget me. And I've sort of kind of gotten into this space now of like, if you don't reach out to me, like, and with me obviously giving and receiving, right? Doing both. But like, I think it's at the point now where and maybe you're like me, right? Where you've given so much. I've given for 15 years, all of this energy. And I'm finally like, I felt God just say to me, it's time for you to take some of that back. It's time for you to receive some of that, right? So I've been really like, oh, okay. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, yeah, I don't do that. I don't know how to not be the aggressor. I don't know how to not be the one to initiate everything because I'm so used to being the planner. I'm used to being and I know that we all have gifts, but like I'm used to being the initiator, the go get it. I'm used to being that person that's always like, hey, how's your day going? Have a great day. And sometimes I just wanted someone to say to me, hey, have a great day, right? Because it actually feels good as the person giving it. It feels good to give somebody that positive reinforcement, that encouragement for your day, right? It feels really good. But when you're doing it all the time, I'm doing that on a daily basis here, right? I'm doing that all the time. So when it comes to somebody in that aspect of like a intimate relationship or a romantic relationship or even friends, like intimate circles, I want people who also know how to give to me so that I can give it back to you tenfold, right? So you need to so silence is golden because when you just allow somebody because you're just working on you and your relationship with yourself, and it's not to be selfish, it's just you need to work on that, right? So when you start to really work on that part of you, you will see things shifting so much because you're like, no, I'm tired. And it's time for me to start like getting some in. And it might be a little lonely for a minute because some people need to wake up to that. Like, why haven't I heard from Matt in a few days? Or he's usually texting me every morning. Yeah, well, it's time that you start giving me a little bit of that, right? And there's no shame in that to me, right? I'm all for keeping friendships going, but it's a two-way street. And if I'm never receiving anything from you because I've always been the one to push out, maybe it's a wake-up call, right? That silence sometimes is a good wake-up call. So silence is golden, right? I hope you guys have a great week. I will actually be out of town this weekend, so I probably won't be around this weekend. But I hope you guys have a great week. Check your mindset. It's okay to be silent. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be sometimes. And I think that in that being, you sort of start to see, oh, wow, I don't need to do so much. I don't need to be so hard on myself all the time. And you will find a lot of freedom in that. So God bless you all. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.